You know, if there's one thing that we've complained about Arsenal, and the centre-forward position in particular, is because of games where they had opportunities or where people shot in. You know, they couldn't break people down. But what they can do, if you give them a bit of space, is break you down and score goals. And this is set up for them. Newcastle will go forward. But Newcastle are struggling when it comes to scoring goals. I think they got what, three goals in 5 games in the Premier League. That's not great. They're sitting in 13th position. We thought Newcastle were going to be a side that would be in the top 4 or fighting for the top 4. So I think this game's set up for Arsenal. I don't think Newcastle are particularly dangerous right now. But Arsenal, if you give them space, will be and can be. And I'm sure they will be in this game. So that's why I see 3-1.
Does picking a draw from you, LA, give an idea of how you think Arteta's going to approach this game?
No, it has nothing to do with Mikel Arteta. It has more to do with what I think is going to be a raging environment at Newcastle. And while I agree that they have had their limitations, you think about what Newcastle were against, say, for example, Liverpool. And, man, if they're able to replicate that sort of energy and that sort of intensity in which Liverpool, even playing a man up, couldn't complete passes because Newcastle were all over Liverpool. If they're able to replicate that, I think they can make this difficult for Arsenal. And the other thing I would say about Arsenal is that while we think that they're capable of scoring goals, they are not creating enough clear goal-scoring opportunities, consistently so. Look, Manchester City sat as deep as they possibly could sit. And he took, while it was a great finish from Martinelli, it's also a big mistake from Donnarumma in order for them to be able to break Manchester City down. And this is not a great Manchester City defensive team, not at all. And yet, the spaces were not there, the chances were not there. And the other thing I would say about Arsenal is that they have to be very careful about how things go this weekend. Let's assume that Liverpool does beat Crystal Palace. You drop points against Newcastle, you're already 5 points behind. You drop points against Newcastle and you could find yourself 7, 8 points behind this early on. It's one of those matches in which if you're Arsenal, look, you got to start building momentum, and you don't want Liverpool to get out of sight too soon.
Now, I wanted to get your take on Craig getting a little bit angry. I mean, it doesn't take much.
Okay.
But it was to do
what are
with...
you talking about?
Craig get angry.
was to
Take your
do
pick.
with Mikel Arteta saying that everybody was congratulating him for what they did against Manchester City. That riled Craig up that he said that. That he said everyone was talking about it and he was congratulating.
Who's everybody?
Didn't so much specify that?
Okay.
CEOs, everybody, though.
Oh, everybody.
You know.
All right.
Everyone, coaches, friends.
I mean, it doesn't take much to get him gone. But to be fair, he does have a point. Are you saying that thinking that people are going to agree with who's been telling him this nonsense? Is that why he's coming out with it? Because he's actually patting himself on the back, saying how great we did against Man City? It just goes to show all the things we've said about Arteta, with all his cookie stuff, with the light bulbs and all the other nonsense, that he's not quite wired properly. Let's put it that way.
Let's assume.
He needs to see an electrician.
Okay.
His wiring's a little haywire.
Let's assume that indeed there's this group of people around him that came up to him and said, hey,
Well done.
that was great.
Yeah.
You guys were amazing. What a plan you had for this match. Unbelievable. This was great. Let's assume that actually happened and that this is not all made up.
Oh, I still.
Okay.
All
right. Then why get yourself in front of a microphone to tell the world, you know, people have told me how great I am and how great we are. Who in their right mind thinks that that's a good way to approach it when, mind you, you drop points at home. You didn't get the result that your great plan was supposed to render. If you had indeed a great plan and great execution of that plan, then you should have won the match. Yes? I think we can agree on that. If it was so great and you drop points, then why you think it's a good idea to go and tell the world, it was a great plan?
It's not about the points. It's about the process.
Oh, you got to trust the process.
About the process.
Oh, I forgot.
You've got to trust it, Ale.
You got to trust the process. I see. So we're not keeping up with points anymore, a count of points. That's not what decides a title It's a process.
Gally, you've got to look at the big picture.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stevie. My bad.
Yeah, Ale, come on.
Hey, you know what? I apologize. I apologize to Mikel Arteta, and I apologize to Craig that I did not get as mad as he did about this subject.